Feeling sick? Eat this vitamin-packed grilled salad to pull you back to the light side. Today we're making one of my all-time favorite salads, a grilled romaine salad paired with beautifully grilled shrimp. All of it is tossed in an orange avocado vinaigrette with plenty of fresh vegetables. A couple of bites of this and you'll be feeling like your old self in no time. For the shrimp, I'm using 1620 peeled and deveined shrimp. 1620 refers to the amount of shrimp per pound on average. I give them a quick peel and season with salt and the smoky honey habanero spice mixture from Spiceology. This stuff is seriously awesome. I love shrimp as a great protein change up from the usual chicken or beef. It's especially awesome in the warmer months, and remember, protein is vital to feeling better if you've been sick. Once I have them seasoned up, it's off to the grill, and we're going to grill them for about only 2 to 5 minutes total, flipping about halfway through. Shrimp is actually intended to be cooked medium, but I get that could be a little dicey, so medium well will do the trick. My favorite part of this salad, the romaine. During my first culinary position at a country club, we had a grilled romaine salad on the menu. Although it's different from what we do here, I always thought that idea was such a cool concept, and every chance I get to make it, I just have so much fun with it. Just look at how beautifully charred that is. And the romaine is helpful in boosting immunity because of the vitamins A and K and antioxidants. Now for the dressing. My secret weapon for creamy dressing is avocado. Combine that with some fresh orange and lime zest, the usual suspects of shallot and garlic, Dijon as our emulsifier, and honey as our sweetener. Just a tiny bit of fresh mint and fresh cilantro to brighten it up, and about 8 ounces of pulp-free orange juice, which, as we all know, helps us overcome feeling sick because of the vitamin C. Now, don't forget to season your dressing well. Add a little extra virgin olive oil and buzz it up in a blender or use an immersion blender like I am here. It should hold the back of a spoon, which the French call nappe. Now for the veggies. You can really add whatever sounds good to you, but since this salad is all about helping us recover from being sick, we're going to go with fruit and veggies that are hydrating and full of vitamins. Fresh citrus, cucumber, and tomatoes pull serious weight here to help us feeling better. Tomatoes have a surprising amount of vitamin C, which again helps us with our immune system. Cucumbers are high in antioxidants, which help protect ourselves from damage caused by free radicals. And the juice from limes may help prevent some infections. I even toasted up some homemade croutons for a little crunch, which is a must for me. This is some day-old brioche that I seasoned with olive oil and salt and roasted in a 350-degree oven for about 5 minutes. When it's time to assemble, I went a little chefy here, but one thing I want you to remember is to dress your salad appropriately. Think 1 to 2 tablespoons for a single salad serving. You'll know if it's overdressed because it's going to be swimming in dressing. It should be lightly and evenly coated. Looking at the final plate here, I just love how much these colors pop. It is so awesome to see bright green romaine, the bright orange from the citrus and veggies, and a wonderful creamy avocado dressing. This salad is all about helping us feel better, and I promise you it will do the trick. My main focus is cooking for longevity. If you haven't checked out my Instagram page, @bricksandmortarfood, stop on by. Each week, I focus on a different longevity topic with daily posts that educate on food, offer recipes, and provide ways to stack ingredients to maximize the health benefits. Thank you so much for watching this week's video. If you like what you saw, consider subscribing for weekly longevity-focused recipes. And if you're serious about your health, consider my 10 recipe cookbook, which is linked in the description. And if you don't know where to start in the kitchen, I also have a free kitchen day 1 guide to get your pantry in fighting shape. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next week on Bricks and Mortar Food. If you're over 40 and want recipes that taste amazing and keep you feeling great, this one is for you. Roasted red beet hummus is here to help your body improve its blood flow. This bricks and mortar food recipe keeps the longevity train choo-chooing. This dip is packed with nitrates that help improve circulation, potassium that helps regulate blood pressure, and fresh herbs that help reduce inflammation. All of this is right on time for longevity-focused eating. The first thing you need to do when you're dealing with beets is wash them well. They grow in the dirt, and if you don't wash them, then the dirt's going to grow in you. After a quick wash, I'm going to wrap them in foil along with some garlic and roast them in the oven at 400 degrees for about 45 minutes. And then once they're done, I'm going to let them cool. The beets might still feel firm after the roast. Just give them a few minutes and they'll soften up to fork tender. Next, I'm going to make the cracker. Full disclosure, I had to change from my hook attachment to my paddle attachment and then back to my hook attachment because my mixer is old and stupid. This is an easy cracker recipe to make, and adding the fresh herbs and garlic really helps amp up the flavor of the cracker. Once we make the dough, we're going to let it sit somewhere warm for about an hour. I love making this herb mixture. It's full of a ton of fresh herbs, healthy nuts, honey, and some really good citrus. It's going to be a wonderful garnish on top of this hummus. You really can't go wrong with fresh herbs. They are just packed with antioxidants that help you age in reverse. I love fresh thyme. It's probably my favorite herb, and paired with fresh parsley and fresh mint, just such a great springtime flavor combination. Next, it's time to roll out our dough into very thin sheets. I divided the dough into 4 roughly equal pieces to make it a little bit easier to work with. If you have a pasta attachment on your stand mixer, you can run the dough through that instead of rolling it out by hand. An important step is to dock the dough or poke holes in it with a fork over and over before putting it in the oven. The crackers will take about 30 minutes in a 350 degree oven. Once the beets are cool, I'm going to peel and chop them, and then it's time to build our hummus. Of course, the chickpeas are the foundation. The red beets from before, garlic, tahini, ground turmeric, ground ginger, along with some lemon juice, a good pinch of salt, and streaming in some oil and some ice cold water to help it smooth out. You can also do this in a blender. Just be prepared to add in a little extra water if it's too THICC thick. This is a great appetizer to share with friends or not to share. The crackers and herb garnish will last a couple of days, and the hummus will last about a week in the fridge. This recipe is all about helping improve blood flow on the way to eating for longevity. And just before serving, I like to hit this with a little bit of feta to bring in that extra salty goodness. This is great obviously with crackers, carrots, other vegetables, slathered on a sandwich, you name it, it works. If you want more recipes like this, hit subscribe. And if you're serious about longevity eating, consider my 10 recipe cookbook available in the description notes. Each recipe is packed with longevity focused ingredients and a meal plan that is just right. And if you don't know where to start, check out my kitchen day 1 guide, also in the description notes, to get started and get your pantry in fighting shape. Thanks for watching, and I'll check you next time. Need to detox? Then step outside of your comfort zone and make this amazing detox-friendly stir fry. Sometimes we need to reset our body. So instead of following some strict and rigid plan, join me in eating foods that help promote detoxification in the body, like this awesome cucumber stir fry. By incorporating foods that work for us in different aspects of life, we start to build a foundation of longevity. Now this is stir fry-ish, right? Everybody knows stir fry is made in a wok with the hottest pan in the world and super fast cooking, done in 1 minute. So I basically took all of that and turned that into a saute fry. First up, the sauce. I'm making a spicy fish sauce, and it's a lot easier to make than you might think. In goes some garlic and some serrano. Don't be afraid, you can mitigate the heat of the serrano by removing the seeds and ribs. I use some honey instead of granulated sugar to sweeten it, and some lime juice. Look out! Also some rice wine vinegar, and some actual fish sauce. I blend it all up using an immersion blender, or you can use a regular blender. Then I let it sit at room temperature for about 20 to 30 minutes, or you can put it in the fridge. Now for the stir fry. Really all of the cooking will happen in less than 5 minutes. Before the flame, however, we need to prep the food. I'm going to start by finely slicing some English cucumber. This right here is your ticket to detox town, as cucumbers are over 90% water, which means they do a great job as a diuretic, flushing out impurities and toxins from your kidneys and bladder. Then it's time to go into a pot of salted boiling water with our noodles. I'm using brown rice noodles, and we want to cook them just shy of al dente, which means to the tooth. This dish is great as a vegetarian option, but if you want to add some protein, then flank steak is my choice here. It is a very tender cut of meat, especially when sliced thin, and is also very forgiving on the grill and affordable. One trick that I'm going to do is something that's common in stir-fry cooking preparation, is I'm going to lightly coat the meat in cornstarch. This is a process known as velveting, which will help give the flank steak a smooth and sexy texture. Now, as Anakin says, this is where the fun begins. To a hot pan, I add about a tablespoon of avocado oil and let it get hot. I'm using avocado oil instead of extra virgin olive oil here because it has a higher smoke point. Once it gets hot, it's time to add in our protein and vegetables, starting with the ingredients that will take the longest to cook. Now, normally I would salt each time that I add an ingredient to the pan, but because the fish sauce is a little salty, I'm going to back off. You can also deglaze the pan with some water or chicken stock or broth if needed. I just love how easy this one is to come together and how it's loaded with fresh vegetables, perfect for helping detox your body when needed. Now to plate this detox bowl of awesomeness, this is a great weeknight meal or a weekend meal for the whole family. Tons of vitamins from the vegetables, tons of protein from the flank steak, and come on, who doesn't love noodles? Thank you so much for watching this detox-friendly stir-fry. If you like what you see, consider subscribing to my channel. Each week, I have a longevity-focused meal geared at helping or improving an aspect of our life, such as needing to detox, or better sleep, or joint pain. If you're serious about eating for longevity, consider my 10-recipe cookbook in the description notes. And if you don't know where to start in the kitchen, then grab my free Kitchen Day 1 guide also in the description notes. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week on Bricks and Mortar Food.